Hi, I'm Imogen Lamport.
And I'm Jill Chivers, and we are from 16 Style Types.
So we're really excited to be telling you about a new project we've spent the last 3 years working on together, along with our colleague from America, Dr. Jane Kesey, who is one of the world's leaders in psychological type. She's award-winning, she's highly respected, she's written 20-something books, I think, on psychological type. So we're incredibly lucky to have her on board. She has got so much expertise in the area of psychological type. And what actually happened is Jill and I were sitting down one day making some videos just like we are today here. And I said to Jill, I said, do you think there's a relationship between the Myers-Briggs Jung version of psychological type and style?
And I said, I think there could be. It's a topic I've been interested in for at least 20 years. So
just a minute.
Yeah, just a brief moment in time. So my background is working for a Big Six consulting firm, being an internal facilitator, being an MBTI practitioner, and then I became a professional image consultant. Lost the word there. And I've always been interested in these two things. And 1,000 years ago, I was having conversations with various odd people about this, and it's always been something that I wanted to do. But a couple of things. One is I never really had the right friends and colleagues who were the right people to do it, and it just wasn't the right sort of time. And it was funny, I was having this conversation with Imogen, and then my friend Jane, the psychological type expert, was out within weeks of that. She was out from the US, and we were having a not dissimilar conversation from a different angle. Jane and I always talk about style. And I had this idea, what if Jane and Imogen and me had a conversation about this and said, just do we think there's something there? Just as, wouldn't it be interesting, no view to where that conversation might go. And I think we had a Skype call, the three of us, around that time. And we all got just a little bit excited about, wow, we think there could be something here.
As you know, if you've been reading the blog for a while, I really believe there's a strong relationship between personality and style choices.
Yeah.
I see it in my clients all the time, that personality influences everything we choose, from the prints and patterns to the colours to the way we put things together to the way we have wardrobes, everything. And so I know that there's a relationship. I just didn't know how to put my finger on it exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where the 16 personalities has come in.
Yeah.
And Jill's got so much knowledge about this, and Jane's got, you know, the world of knowledge at her fingertips.
Yes.
And what's been fascinating is it took us a little while. We spent 3 years working on this to first start and work out, you know, what was the relationship.
Yeah.
It took a little while to figure that out. And once we'd kind of gone, because I remember I said, well, send me some photos, because we started with a pair who were opposites but sisters.
Yeah, ESTJ and INFP for anybody who knows anything. And if you don't know what those letters mean, it's okay. They're just opposite.
They're the complete
very
opposite. And what was fascinating is when they asked questions, I wasn't getting a lot. But when they sent photos, they were chalk and cheese. And I remember going, okay, there's definitely a difference. We've got to work, you know, there's something here.
Yeah.
And so then we kept working and kept researching, and we've now found what are the keys, what are the essences of style based on your psychological type.
Because psychological type is a model of understanding human development that can explain an awful lot about how we take in information, how we make decisions, why we are the way that we are. And it's a tool that I've been using for 20 years in my professional life, but I use it every single day in my personal life. And honestly, I seriously, hand on heart, do not know how anybody has a functioning, let alone a flourishing relationship with another human being without having some understanding of something like this, whether it's this model or another model. I don't think I could relate to hardly anybody unless I had this understanding. It just helps us to have a framework for understanding people who are legitimately different to us. It gives us a language that is respectful and caring, that helps us communicate with other people who are different to us. And it helps us when we are under stress, and it helps us with people who are very different to us to assign to them a legitimate difference rather than just assuming they're either trying to make us crazy, they're doing it deliberately, or they are some strange creature that's landed from a pod from outer space, or they're just plain horrible, or any other negative word you want to assign to people's behaviour that we just don't get. And let's face it, there is a lot of that behaviour that we encounter, often very close to us. And so for me, psychological type has just helped me so much professionally and personally just get along in the world, and it has been a great source of my own personal development. When you understand the model and its complexity, sometimes can be used a little bit superficially, but when you understand the depth of it, it just keeps on giving. It's just so rich and intricate, and it's actually quite complex, and it's a beautiful model. And now that we've put these two things together, we actually know why nobody's done it before, because it's been quite challenging, and it has required a world-class expert on psychological type, Jane, a world-class expert on style, and me,
the expert facilitator, who knows both sides of the coin.
I'm the translator at times. It's taken all three of us with the depth of experience, the years of experience to do this. No wonder it hasn't been done before.
I mean, one of the things we've noticed, you've done a little Google search and had a look, and everything out there was fairly atrocious.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
And it's because it took us some time, and this is with experienced people.
Yeah.
To find what are the keys.
Yeah, and the right place
learning.
to start. That was really helpful. How do we start? We tried it on a few different ways, and once we got a pathway, then we could set a project plan going, couldn't we?
So we found it's fascinating, and it explains things like, why are you the one who doesn't necessarily want to wear your school uniform the way everybody else does? What is it about that your psychological type means that you're not satisfied that way?
Yeah.
Or why are you the one who always wants to fit in and feels very uncomfortable if you're not fitting in?
Yeah. Who are the people who are the standouts, who want to be looked at, who use their style to really grab attention? Who are the people who following the rules is a source of joy to them? It really fulfills a deep psychological need. And of course, many other examples.
Yes.
They're just a few.
And who are the people who just don't care about style?
We found some of them too.
And it's fascinating. and one of the things that's been fascinating is to work out how they can proceed on their style journey.
Exactly.
So it's where I go from I'm completely style unaware to how can I be the most stylish version. So we have a blueprint in this. We have a plan you can follow to take you from unaware through to the best, most stylish version of you. And for some people, that's a creative explosion, and for other people, it's actually reining it all in into a minimalist capsule style wardrobe. Exactly. It's been fascinating for me to go, wow, this is the person that's the Steve Jobs I always think of, like the black turtleneck and a thing, and he's wearing the same thing every day. And that's what allows them to be creative. Yeah. And then there's the other people that if they're not being creative in their style, they can't be creative outside as well. And I mean, it's just been so interesting, and we just really hope that you're going to find the whole style types fascinating as well, and a useful tool.
I've been involved in many projects in my life, but this tops the list. It really does. This has been nirvana for me to really bring these two things together, to work with people of the calibre and the integrity of Jane and of Imogen. It has just been fantastic, and we're really excited about it. Inside your style report, you'll find a wealth of information. Not only is the report stunningly beautiful, but it contains things like your style challenges, your style strengths, what you are most likely to do, shopping tips where you get your sources of inspiration from. We give you a visual image. That is one way that you might interpret your style. We go through the 7 dressing styles if you're familiar with Imogen's work. But what it really does above and beyond everything else is it explains the essence of your style, why you do style the way that you do, how you've come to style, what your approach is to style, how you gather style information, why you are the way that you are, and how beautiful that is, and how that never needs to change no matter how you express your style. And we hope that that is a gift to a lot of women who have felt that that's been missing.
Because often I think we can think that I should be like somebody else.
Right.
And that's one of those things that we all are challenged by. Well, I should lead like, and I should be, and I should be. And there's always this, and plus the media is like bombing us with should be's as well.
Right.
And so to know that we can just go, no, this is me, and look, yep, these are my weaknesses, and it's sometimes good to be having these pointed out so we can improve. And
Lovingly.
these are my challenges, these are my strengths. This is what I'm really good at, so I can do more of that.
Yes.
So all these elements we've got in here. So it's not a prescriptive wear this top with this skirt,
Yeah.
because that's based on your body shape, your colouring, and all those other things that I do share on Inside Out Style blog.
Absolutely.
But it will give you an insight into the mental, the emotional,
Yeah.
those elements of style, which I think are actually really important. Often one of those things that's missing, because it's the who is me.
Yeah.
And I think when you understand who is me, you really can kind of come home. It's that feeling that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Just because I'm different from my family or my friends doesn't mean there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And now I know not all of you are going to know your type.
Yeah.
And so one of the other things we've done as part of this process is develop a unique, visionary and completely new way of discovering your type
Yeah.
that will really help you understand both your psychological type, but also your style.
Yes.
So we have that within the process. So you don't have to go, well, I don't know my type, so I can't go there.
Yeah.
Or, that's not the thing to do.
Yeah.
So we have a process, please. And even if you think, well, I kind of did something years ago and I think I'm an ESPN, please do the quiz.
Yeah.
It costs no different. It takes a little bit longer, but I actually think it's going to help you, because if you get the wrong report, it won't feel like coming home.
That's right.
And so this is the thing we found. If somebody reads the wrong report, they go, oh, a little bit was right, but versus the people who get the right report for them just experience a whole different way of being. I mean, they've described things like as, I've got spine chills, I've got goosebumps, I've cried.
Yeah. So we cater for people who both know their type and don't. So if you're sitting there going, type, what are they talking about? I'm not sure what this is. You don't need to know any of that just now. You can go through our best fit process online and discover that. If you do know what your letters are already, you can explain them, you've been working with them, you understand them, you can bypass the questionnaire and go straight to downloading your style report. And we've set that up deliberately so that we cater for both of those options. And our custom-made process is very new and innovative, and we're very excited to be able to bring that to people. And it has a style bent. So everything that we do with 16 style types interweaves personality and style. It is a complete meshing of those two things, those two concepts.